Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am your host, as usual. My name is Jacob Ode, and this is You and the Law. Like we did in the last episode, I am bringing you a very interesting guest today, and we will be discussing a very topical issue. But at the moment, it's something that should raise our concern up to an extent. Now, before anything else, I'd like to invite our guest to the stage. Good afternoon, Mr. Edikan Itama. How are you today?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm very well.
Well, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, like you've said, my name is Edikan Itama. I am a Nigerian, first and foremost. I'm
That is
a,
important.
yeah, very, very important. Very, very important. I'm a social commentator. I'm an advocate of the rule of law. And I think that should be enough for now.
Well, you've heard the man. He's an advocate of the rule of law. I think that is the most important thing here.
Absolutely.
Well, I know you're studying to get called to the Nigerian bar. You're an aspirant to the bar at the moment. So that raises one question: why did you choose the law?
So I had always wanted to study law, but I don't know. Along the way, I did my first degree in sociology from Covenant
So
University.
you have a background in sociology.
Yes, absolutely. I have a
Okay.
background in sociology. Um, I grew up in a political environment. My uncles are politicians. My mom is from a political family,
So your uncle is a career politician.
a career politician,
Wow.
actually.
Okay.
So I've always been around intellectuals, lawyers, doctors, and what have you. But I've always been towards the arts,
Okay.
the rule of law. So it's always been part of me.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not that kind of person that will say I studied law because I love to argue.
Okay.
I don't really like to argue.
Okay.
But it's more like passion, but also to see things being done right.
To see things being done right.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's a very huge one. So basically, in a nutshell, your interest in law, what area would you say you're interested in?
I'm actually interested in human rights.
Human rights.
Yeah, and
I
also,
should shake your hands for that.
yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
also interested in environmental law.
Human rights, environmental law.
Yeah, those two are very, very important to me. And then a little bit of international law.
Oh, that's good. So
Because
after the law school, you intend to start a law firm, join organizations. What can
uh,
you tell us a little of your plans
after law school, I intend to do my LLM.
in Nigeria?
I think it's time to come home. I'll be home for now. Yeah, I'll do it at home. Yeah, we have some very good universities around now,
Okay,
so I'll do it here. And then I intend to probably do my pupillage with a law firm
okay.
before thinking of what next.
Ah, that's very
Mm.
good.
But I'm
Well,
also interested in the academia as well. I want to teach.
academia.
Yeah, I want to teach. Yeah, like teach.
Since I was a little kid, I've always heard your reward is in heaven. So I'm saying it to you now. Your reward is in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll get mine here.
Oh, okay. All right. New generation of teachers.
Absolutely,
Okay.
sir.
Well, without wasting much time, the conversation of today centers on President Donald Trump
Yes.
and His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. About a couple of weeks ago,
Precisely 2 weeks ago.
precisely 2 weeks
Mm.
ago, there was this tweet that shook things up in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now, this tweet sent our politicians running helter skelter.
Mm.
The Minister of Interior, was it the Minister of Interior or Minister of Foreign
Foreign
Affairs?
affairs.
I do not remember his full name, but
Mm.
he goes by the name Tugar.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Tugar. He was in Germany to give a press conference. I think one of the presidential spokesperson, Daniel Boala,
Bola.
he was on Russian TV
Mm.
to comment on what was happening at the moment.
Mm.
We've had lots of things. Simply put, President Donald Trump has threatened incursion into Nigeria,
Okay.
military action into Nigeria. And the question of today is centered on what is the validity of such threat? I mean, he's president of the United States, he's not president of Nigeria.
Yes.
What gives him such rights? Does he have the right, the power to do that? And to conclude, the position of Nigeria, is there really genocide in Nigeria at the moment? So, before anything else, what are your thoughts? What thoughts come to mind?
Okay, we're going to unpack them one by one.
Okay.
And first and foremost, Nigeria is a sovereign state,
Okay.
and no other nation has the right to come into this country without the consent of our government.
So even if Donald Trump wants to come into the country, he needs the consent
He
of.
needs the consent of our government.
Okay.
But does Donald Trump, or what gives him that authority? Does Donald Trump have the right to come into Nigeria in this situation? First and foremost, I would like everyone to look at Article 51 of the UN Charter.
Article 51 of the UN Charter.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has the right. He can come
No,
in.
no, wait, hold up.
He can come in from
Let.
that premise.
What does Article 51 say? Can you paraphrase it,
Now,
please?
there's an a doctrine of international law called the doctrine of the unable or unwilling.
The unable or unwilling.
Unwilling. This is where a state.
Does it have anything to do with duty to act or?
So, in a situation where the doctrine gives another state the right to go into another state and to fight against non-state actors. Mind you, Donald Trump is not coming to fight the Nigerian military or the Nigerian police.
All right. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
take it a little bit slower. Right now, he has threatened incursion into Nigeria, but the people reacting are not the bandits or the jihadists, as he had said.
Exactly.
The people reacting are the politicians, the leaders in Nigeria. By your statements, you're saying Donald Trump is not coming to attack Nigeria.
No.
So why is the presidency reacting?
They're reacting probably because of maybe the fear of the unknown. But if we all look at that tweet, he was asking our government to take action. Otherwise, he will come in, guns are blazing. Guns are blazing. He's not going to fight the Nigerian
He
military.
added sweet and
Sweet,
swift.
yeah, he had. We all know how the president of the United States can be, but we have to look at this issue directly. Nigeria has had insurgency since 2009, which was how many years ago?
2009. That is
Ye-
more than 10 years
Now,
now.
one of the reasons why
16 years to
the
be
PDP
precise.
government was removed from power was so that the general, the late Buhari, God rest his soul, will come and fight insurgency.
Now that you bring that up, there is
Yes, sir.
this tweet that has been making rounds on the internet from His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes, sir.
Before, I think it was before, during
In
the
2014.
in 2014. Yes,
Sir.
I'm going to try to paraphrase,
Yes, sir.
but the whole focus of the tweet was on the failures of the then government, the government of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and it was insurgency. All of a sudden, when President Trump made his tweet, every single person in the administration, okay, let's not generalize.
Yeah.
Most people in the administration who had something to say, they kind of went back on their words and decided to claim and announce that there was no genocide. So what happened? What changed between 2014 and 2025? In 2014, there was genocide from our own president. He said there was genocide. In fact, he campaigned against the administration at that time. But today, he says there's no genocide. And a few days ago,
Okay.
he agrees that there's genocide.
Yeah,
So what
the
are we
issue in
supposed to believe?
Plateau. Okay, so the issue is this. When I will give him some grace, I mean the president of Nigeria,
Okay.
because I'm a good student of his history. As a good student of history, we can remember that when Boko Haram started, when this insurgency started, I'm not with subtraction of banditry and the herdsmen crisis now. When it started, they came with the notion that they were against anything Western education,
Which is supposed to
which,
mean Boko Haram, something like
yeah,
that. I'm not so
and
sure.
then they were against Western education, and Western education is built on the core values of Christianity.
Okay.
Now, as at then, it was churches that were being bombed. Yeah,
Just
you
churches.
can say that most places, marketplaces were being bombed. Most cases, most Christian environments were being bombed. Yeah, so I can justify his tweet from that premise. But over time, this thing has metamorphosed from Boko Haram to banditry to headsmen communal crisis. So that is where people like Mr. Boala were coming from. Yes, it is President Trump, maybe by through the agitations of Christians
Okay.
in Plateau and places like Benue,
Yes.
have might have gotten his attention to the challenges. But what I would have, one would have expected from our government would have been to probably open conversation with the
Well,
American government.
um, I think that our current administration
Hmm.
allegedly has had a house style of discrediting anything that is said.
Hmm.
First, there's denial.
Yes.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
If it happened, it's the fault of the previous administration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just was it yesterday? There
Hmm.
was an armed attack in Kebbi and
Hmm.
a lot of other places.
Hmm.
A brigadier general in the army
Yeah.
was murdered.
Absolutely.
25 students, I mean, according to reports, 25 students, 25
Yeah.
plus students
Mm-hmm.
were kidnapped. In
Yes.
fact, I saw a tweet by a senator in the US that was talking about it.
Wow.
So we can all agree that these things have happened.
Yes, sir.
Does this not say that, I mean, if that school was a Christian school,
Mm-hmm.
predominantly Christian environment,
Yeah.
can we not just say that there is genocide against Christians? I mean, the groups, the Islamic State, even from the name says Islam,
Okay.
Islamic State, not Christian State.
Mm-hmm.
Boko Haram against Western education, which you've just talked about and said it is predicated
Yeah.
on Christian values.
Yeah.
So the fight has always been from these things. The fight has always been against Christian values,
Okay.
and from the name Islamic State.
Hmm.
So can we not say it is genocide against Christians? I agree totally that Muslims are being killed, but by who?
The issue, the issue is we have started from 2009. So now, if you look at it from '09, I heard a pastor a couple of days ago on Nigerian Info saying that he alone has buried 2,000 members, Christians.
Now that is a very strong claim.
Exactly. So now, let's now define what is genocide. What is genocide? Where a certain group of people kill people from another group. Let's look at it. It's groups. Yes, they've killed Muslims, but the Muslims they killed, how did they see them? They saw them as sympathizers.
Oh, now I see. So the idea is not, the problem is not that it is genocide.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, the problem here is that it is not genocide against Christians, but
mm-hmm.
genocide.
It's genocide.
So now
So
we should stop saying it is genocide against Christians,
that
but
is
call it
where people like
genocide.
Mr. Boala are coming from. In as much as our government has failed to come out to address these issues,
Um,
but
if our government has failed to come out to address issues,
or deny,
to deny these issues, well, he works for the government. He is part of the administration. Yeah, I
yes.
mean, people like Reno Omokri, he's sympathetic to the administration.
Hmm.
Now, you've been able to posit that we shouldn't call it genocide against Christians, but genocide. Has the administration, has the administration focused on that? Have they clearly defined these things? I mean, what we've seen is denial. It's not happening.
Oh.
There's genocide against Christians. No, it's not happening.
Hmm.
Trump wants to come into the country. Don't come into our country because there's no
Hmm.
genocide against Christians.
Hmm.
Why not? There's no genocide against Christians, but there's genocide.
What our government should do is to come out and tell the people the truth. They have to come because if you deny, it does not mean that the problem is not there. The issue is there. Just yesterday, like you said earlier, 25 girls were abducted. The vice principal was killed. Just yesterday, Brigadier General in our military was murdered in cold blood. A general defending the territorial integrity of this country. So this does not show us in good light.
Well,
And
let's hold up a little
yes,
bit
sir.
there. Um, there's this question that has been tugging at the back of my mind. It's just been there yanking at it.
Hmm.
Um, by virtue of everything that has happened so far, we the citizens are at the mercy of our leaders.
Yeah.
If the government fails to act,
Yes, sir.
is there nothing that the citizens can do? Are we just supposed to continue to beg and hope and pray that something will change? I
Okay.
mean, can't we sue our president? Can't we hold these leaders accountable? These senators that go on national television to change the narrative? But people are being killed on a daily basis. I was not in the country when I read about the Owo massacre.
Yeah.
Christians in church
In church.
on a
Yeah.
Sunday, every single person murdered. Now, if we're all talking about genocide and the presidency, the administration says no, there's no genocide, is that not a violation of our right? Does that not amount to any violations? What can we do as citizens? Or we just hope and pray?
The citizens have the power, but the problem is that Nigerian citizens do not act. If you ask me, I'm not a politician, and but the truth is that we have a social contract with our government. The social contract is that they will protect us. The government's responsibility with the people, the primary responsibility is to protect our lives and our properties. On the other hand, we will do what? We will obey, we will pay taxes, we will do several things. Otherwise, we will be in a state of nature, like Thomas Hobbes said, where life is what? Is short, is solitary,
Mhm.
is poor, is brutish, and
Which is the nature of man.
do you understand? So,
So it
and
then becomes survival of the fittest.
yes, and that is what has been going on in the Northeast. So you're leaving the citizens at their mercy. Kudos to our military who have done their best. But in this situation, you, you're more or less saying that the citizens have lost confidence in their government, which
So I
is
mean,
not so.
can you blame them if the citizens have lost trust in the government? Every single time I've had to move from one part of the country to another,
Mm,
it is very scary to drive. Number one, it
mhm,
is very scary to go by public transport. I
mhm.
I applaud those who still do it. In fact, I don't want to go anywhere.
If you even remember, just a few years ago, the president of Nigeria, is the late president, was attacked in Abuja here on a Friday after praying. And one of the soldiers that died happened to be in my secondary school. He was in my secondary school. I think his name, I've forgotten his name. I would not want to mention his name,
If
but
the president can be attacked, what is the hope of the common
of
man?
the common man.
Now, at the end
So
of the day,
it goes takes us back to where we started from. Denial is not helping us. And if there is help from the international community, I think it is important for our government to sit at the table with these people.
so
If
in
you
your
don't want them
opinion,
to come in,
mhm,
you get whatever arsenals they have, you have a deal with them.
let's be a little bit critical,
Hmm.
or let's be straight to the point. Think
Yes,
about
sir.
it this way.
Hmm.
At the moment, even yesterday, there were abductions,
Yeah.
killings. As a Nigerian, do you think the government is doing enough?
The government, I think they have done the best they can do. Because for how many years did we mention from 2019, 2009 till now? It's 14 years.
Mhm.
And yeah, we will see that, oh, Nigeria went to Congo, went to Liberia, our military did this, did that. Yeah, terrorism is internal. But the truth is that I heard a governor in Nigeria saying that they know who these people are.
Which is another question.
Now,
So if they know who these people are, does it? I mean, it just amounts to politicians playing games with our lives.
exactly.
Which still brings me to my question:
Yes, sir.
what can the common man do, or do we all just leave the country?
What can the common man do? I'll give the example of France. You see, France. Emmanuel Macron started a political party in less than a year, and they changed the history of France. Nicolas Sarkozy right now is in jail. That's the former president of. So the people, the Nigerian people, the youth have that power. Whether they have realized it or not, these people, the current political elites, how old were they when they fought for June 12th? They were relatively our age.
Well,
Eh?
we really cannot say that the youth have the power or the people have the power. October 2020,
Yes, sir.
NSAS,
Hmm.
when the people stood up and demanded for an abolishment of SARS
Hmm.
because of extrajudicial killings,
Hmm.
alleged
Hmm.
extrajudicial killings, police brutality, and all of
Mm-hmm.
that, the then president, Muhammad Buhari, late
Hmm.
Muhammad Buhari,
Hmm.
he claimed that the people were trying to overthrow him.
Hmm.
Now, in Tanzania at the moment, there's a lady facing trial for
Hmm.
treason.
Hmm.
There are things that amount to treason right now.
Yeah.
So, and from my little knowledge, when we talk about treason, it is when you put the governorship, the presidency, the
Hmm.
leaders
Hmm.
of the day
Hmm.
in fear of losing their seats.
That's it. Yeah.
If these people protest,
Hmm.
what covers them?
I am not asking them to protest. I'm asking them to use their power, the power of their tongue. We know who is good for us. Do we or do we not? So if, like they said, these bandits are living amongst them, have we? So in as much as the bandits are living amongst us, we also have good people that are living amongst us. If we do not believe in the current political structure, we can start a new political party. The people have that power, whether they have realized it or not, until they act. My brother, we will continue with singing whatever we are singing now. And is it helping us? Or are we going to have a Nigeria where that we dreamed of? Are we going to have a Nigeria that is promised in this constitution by chapter 2?
The topic of chapter 2 is a very different thing. Chapter 2
uh
is everything that is there is
So,
non-justiciable.
okay.
It simply means that if the government failed to do this thing, all right, the chapter 2 says safe housing or free
Mm-hmm.
housing, free education.
Mm.
Did you get free education?
I did not get free
If
education.
you didn't get, did you get free housing?
I have not gotten any form of free
Did you get free
accommodation.
healthcare?
Absolutely not, sir.
Can you sue your government by
We
the provisions of this
by
constitution?
45, section 45, you cannot sue the
We cannot
government.
sue the government for that.
Yes, sir.
So, what exactly is the essence of chapter 2 of the constitution?
The chapter 2 helps the political parties to 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 tailor their goals.
To win elections. And because there's nothing, you
You
cannot
can say
enforce
so.
it. So when they win elections, there's nothing stopping it. I mean,
No, but we need to have a real. I feel that in as much as that provisions cannot be, we cannot sue the government, we cannot do any of these things. But I feel it's a collective work. I always say that the leadership of a country or a state is a replica of a citizenry.
by the provisions of chapter 2,
Yes, sir.
we're just begging the government, please do it. We're advising you. I mean, the
Yeah.
constitution says, okay, guys, you should do this, but if you can choose not to do it.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it says.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to waste much time on this, there's a
Hmm.
particular question I would like to ask. There's a group of people, there's this school of thought that the reason Donald Trump wants to come into the country
Hmm.
is for our resources.
Okay.
Now, from your answers so far, you've
Hmm.
never gotten free housing,
Yeah.
free education,
Mm-hmm.
uh, free housing. What else?
Yeah.
Nothing for free.
Nothing has been given to me for
Now,
free.
the resources we have in Nigeria, we
Even
have
the Nigerian
lots,
passport, I paid for
even the Nigerian passport. Great.
it.
So, don't you think that, judging by the fact that you've never benefited anything from the resources that we have in the country,
Hmm.
if Donald Trump decides he wants our resources, why should we care? Should we care?
Um, we're talking of a president, that's President Trump, who he's not been in the power for over a year yet, but for the past 11 months, he has stopped 12 wars. 12 wars. In every state he has sent the federal troops to, all he has done is to ensure there's peace. President Trump wants to be known as the president of peace. That is what he wants his legacy to be. In fact, the lady who got the Peace Prize this year dedicated a Peace Prize to President Trump.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. So I do not think President Trump wants to come into Nigeria for that reason. But even if that was to be the case, that he wants to come in, nobody comes to your country to take your resources without you sitting on the table and agreeing with them.
So at the end of the day, even if he wants our resources, he still needs the approval of
Of our
our.
government. And they know that. So why are they shouting and making noise or trying to say all this thing, whatever they are saying? And President Trump will only take your resources in tandem with what he has given you. Like the issue with what is happening in Russia, where they said, okay, you have fought the war, you have to pay us back for what we have contributed.
Oh, for our
The
military.
Ukraine. Do
Yes.
you
Yeah.
understand? That is what will happen at the end of the day. So if our government should sit down with these people, they'll say, okay, if it's ammunitions we want, we'll give you ammunitions with what? How many tons of crude oil? Or how many?
So there has to be an agreement that still has to be signed
It goes back to the
the
table, my
government.
brother.
Okay. From our conversation so far, it seems like you're in support of Trump coming into the country.
Would I want Trump to come into our country? No, because he doesn't show that we are serious.
Why should we care of what we look
Now,
like? I mean, there's this
now,
conversation on patriotism that people have been saying.
hmm,
They've said, you're not patriotic. That's why you want President Trump to come into the
no,
country.
no, far
What
from
is
that.
patriotism to the people who have lost families?
Far from that. Like I said, I lost a friend,
So what
a
is
colleague. So, and that hits very, very deep to me. So, would I want him to come in? No, but in a situation where this is happening and with this understanding that okay, if this guy is coming in, he's going to fight non-state actors. He's not fighting the ordinary Nigerian,
who are non-state actors in this context?
the bandits, the
Okay.
terrorists. And mind you, most of these terrorists are not Nigerians. With the coming in of ISWAP, with our understanding, they said the death of the Colonel Gaddafi in Libya, who was actually doing a very good job protecting the Sahel region,
Mhm.
has now led to most of these radicals coming in.
Radical
And
Islamists
then
and all
for
of that.
them, they believe that, okay, if they come into Nigeria, they will be able to
Spread.
spread and have a larger reach. So if that will come and solve the problem, mind you, it is Trump that fought ISIS.
Let us agree here.
Yeah.
Let us come to some kind of agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Can we really say that our government is, I mean, based on everything that has happened so far,
Hmm.
the government has failed to stop insurgency, terrorism in the country? Can we come to that conclusion and say that yes, the Nigerian government has failed largely to stop insurgency?
They have made efforts,
Making
but their
efforts.
efforts, in my opinion, is not enough.
A governor said they know the people
Hmm.
funding terrorism.
Hmm.
A governor of
Zamfara.
Zamfara, the governor of
Hmm.
Zamfara said that, right?
Hmm.
If the governor of Zamfara says he knows the people,
Hmm.
and before late Muhammad Buhari died,
Hmm.
before he died, he said that before his tenure was over, he
Hmm.
would announce the sponsors
Of
of
Boko
Boko
Haram.
Haram. So can we still say that the government has done enough? If they know the sponsors of Boko Haram, they
Hmm.
fail to arrest these people,
Hmm.
and we're still dealing with insurgency today, can we say that they've done enough?
Um, with the examples you've given, they are past government, and
It's
in
still
as
the
much
APC
as
government.
okay, so now we're going political.
I mean, every conversation is political.
Every conversation, yeah, it's political, but just about was it 2 weeks ago the president changed the head of our military. So, and has he made efforts? Yes, he has, but is it enough? I would still say that it is
I
not
have an
enough.
issue with the effort thing.
I would still say it's not enough.
No, no. You see,
uh
if you decide to make effort when you're sabotaging your own efforts, can we say you've made effort? The man who said, the governor who said, they know the people,
hmm.
the past president who said he will announce the people, and the government who is saying we are making effort.
Like,
This, it's like they are working and sabotaging their own works.
so you see, the issue is that our government has played politics with these issues, and which is not fair to the ordinary Nigerian.
If we can come to the conclusion that our
uh
government has played politics with this issue, then don't you think it is only fair, or we can come to the conclusion that our government has not done enough? If I want to
Yeah,
step
they've
out of
not.
this apartment, I will stand up from this chair and step out.
Yeah.
Effort.
Yes.
In this case, the government is saying, by
Hmm.
virtue of the people who have said these things, they know the people sponsoring insurgency,
Yes.
probably part of the government.
Yeah.
Now, the same government is saying we're making efforts to stop insurgency. The names of these people have never been listed out,
Hmm.
allegedly.
Hmm.
And so, can we really say that our government is doing what needs to be done to stop insurgency?
Our government has not done what needs to be done.
Simple. Now,
Hmm.
if that be the case, should we not be welcoming Donald Trump with open arms?
I would say that the government has to just sit down with Donald Trump and discuss these issues, because it is likely that, to me, that they are unable to solve this issue. Because personally, I have lost confidence.
Personally, you have lost
I've lost
confidence.
confidence in our government. I don't depend on them for anything. So, but that is also the problem of an average Nigerian,
Okay.
because in if you've gone outside, you will discover that citizens always hold their governments or the people in government accountable. An average Nigerian tends to shrug things off. We do not speak about these issues, and even if you speak about these issues, you are being seen as an enemy of the
Of the
state,
state.
which in most times, in most cases, may not be true. I love my country. I there are policies that this government, this present government has brought in that I am in support of.
That are wonderful.
Great.
Absolutely
The
wonderful.
tax, absolutely great. In as much as the main part, the National Assembly did take off what I expected them to leave, but it's still part of it. And we are growing democracy, which we have done well in the past 26 years, if you ask me, because the whole issue of us having elections consistently, so you can see that we have a generation of Nigerians now who has never known military rule, which is good. Uh-huh. So,
In fact, now that you mention it,
hmm,
there is this general thought
hmm,
in the on social media
yeah,
that, I mean, there's this agitation. Let the
hmm,
military come back. They
hmm.
use states like but no, is it Botswana?
But
No,
Burkina
no, Burkina
Faso,
Faso. Thank you,
yeah,
Ibrahim Traore,
hmm,
and the things he's able to do in the country. What do
hmm.
you have to say to that?
Every society has its own peculiar challenges. The fact that it's working in Burkina Faso does not mean that it will work in Nigeria. Nigeria, Nigeria's democracy. Africa needs Nigeria's democracy to grow. We need our democracy to grow in the sense that this is the longest we have been since 1960, because the first coup happened
1966.
barely 5 years after
After
independence. 5 years, because January 15th, 5 years after independence, it did not last. And then we had the Second Republic. I mean, the Second Republic, yeah, the government of President Shagari, which did not also last. So, if you ask me, have we done well? Yes, absolutely, yes, we've done well. Have we gotten to where we should be? No.
can we get to where we should be?
Can we get to where we should be? I have confidence in my generation that in as much as we have not woken up, I'm going to tell us the truth that we are sleeping. It's not for you to shout on social media. It's not enough. You have to contribute your quota, whether be it in academics, be it in politics, be it in whatever industry you are in. You just have to make sure you do the best you can do for us to grow as a people.
Right.
Mhm.
I think we've been able to come to some conclusions so far.
Hmm.
Firstly, we've come to the conclusion where we should not see the interest of Donald Trump in Nigeria
Hmm.
in a different light.
Yes, absolutely.
We should make our decisions by voting for
Yes,
the
sir.
right people.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, in trying to sum up,
Hmm.
what would be your recommendations to the average citizen, the average Nigerian? What would be your recommendation to the government? Right? Because I mentioned Tanzania, the lady
Hmm.
in Tanzania who is on treason charges at the moment.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's nothing stopping our government from charging somebody with treason. And then whether he is found guilty or not does not take away from the fact that this person would have to go to court and court and court.
Yeah.
How can we as citizens avoid these kind of things and still be able to effectively make our choices? I mean, since it's a democracy, I have a right to my opinion.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, we say freedom of speech is
It's
guaranteed,
guaranteed. But
freedom of after
yeah,
speech
it's
isn't
not
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
So, what would be your recommendations? What would be your advice to the average citizen on how to protect themselves, and what should the government do at the moment?
Okay, my advice to Nigerians is that we've been good people. Where I will advise us to be law-abiding citizens first of all, because it's only when you break the law that you'll be arrested or you'll be charged. So be law-abiding citizens, but always remember that the power lies with the people. Do not sell your rights to anyone. The power lies with you and I. Nobody. Everyone that got there, you elected them directly or indirectly. Whether you voted for them
Or
or
you
whether
didn't
you did
vote?
not vote at all. By you not voting, you have also. But there's another thing I want Nigerian youth to do. We have to take responsibility. We should stop the blame game. We have to grow
That
up.
is rather cliche at this point. I
Yeah.
mean, if you think about last election
Hmm.
where the citizens stepped out and they voted, there's still the accusations
Hmm.
to INEC that INEC did some hanky panky and all of that. And
Hmm.
at the moment, trust has been lost in INEC and all of that. So, with that in mind, would you still make that recommendation?
We have to, like I said, democracy is a procedural rule of government. We operate a federal system of government. It's rigorous. It takes time. And you look at a state like Ghana, for example. Ghana has practiced democracy since 1992, and it looks like they are getting it right. So if our sister country like Ghana is getting it right, I think we can do better as a people. And yeah, INEC. But the truth is that we have to also hold our institutions accountable. And when you look at INEC, it's Nigerians that are in INEC. It's Nigerians that are in INEC.
So, if there's any hanky panky, it is still
It
being
is
played by
still us
Nigerians
as a people. So, like I said, the leadership of any state is a replica
of
of
its
its
people.
citizens, of its people. So, Nigerians must do better. Thomas Sankara named Burkina Faso from changed the name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso,
I think it's
naming it the
the land of
state
the
or the
upright.
land of the upright man. So we must be upright as a people. Unless we hold ourselves accountable, we cannot grow as a people. Whether we like it or not, you just even look at the bus terminal. Do we even queue?
So
So
it all boils down to little things.
little things, my brother, little things, and that is what metamorphoses or shows the entire state as a people. Sometimes if you go outside the country, they will tell you why are Nigerians always violent? Why are you people always
So
agitated?
so right now the problem is not just the leaders, but also the citizens.
I always hold the citizens accountable. Mm, if we the people want to get it right there, they will get it right.
Well, thank you very much for
Yes,
that.
sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Ode here, and it's still you and the law. Now, the message here is very simple. If you want a different Nigeria, you must be a different Nigerian.
Absolutely.
Hold your leaders accountable. Let's hold our leaders accountable, but at the same time, let us know that the leadership of a country are from its people. If the people fail to be good people, then the leaders, of course, would fail to be good leaders. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you, and God bless you, sir. Thank you for
God
coming.
bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.